Right now, Taste of Madison is happening downtown. Delicious meals on the menu this weekend at the largest picnic on the square. And award-winning artists were out showcasing some of the best work of art at Paoli Art in the Park. Those stories and more coming up at 5:30. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jalen Banks. During the summer where there are some big events down by the state capitol, there's concerts on the square, art fair on the square, but this weekend is a time for people to get a taste of Madison. Our Meryl Hubbard is there to tell us more.
There are over 80 vendors surrounding Capitol Square to give thousands of people a taste of Madison. Once you enter the square, the options are endless. Cheese curds and beer are expected, but you can also find a variety of bites from vegetarian meals to full steak sandwiches. Plus, live music and food stands are up all day, so everyone can get a taste of the largest picnic on Capitol Square.
Yeah, and then my dad's never tried spoiled cow, so he tried some spoiled cow as well for the first time, and he loved it. It's all he's been drinking since he's been here, so he's really enjoying it himself. So yeah, it's been good.
Taste of Madison, owned by Madison Festivals, is a nonprofit event where over 30 volunteer groups help make the taste a success. Madison Festivals donates over $90,000 annually to these organizations to help the community. This big picnic wraps up tonight at 7, so you still have some time if you want to get a taste of Madison. Reporting downtown, Meryl Hubbard, News 3 Now.
Meryl, thank you. Like she said, you have until 7, but now let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller, who's out on the weather patio. Blaze, let's hurry up so we can go get ourselves one of those sandwiches.
I was going to say, I was there earlier, but I am with you to go back again. They had some great food. I had some nice Peruvian empanadas, and then I had a really nice street taco as well. A beautiful evening, a beautiful day to get out there. If you were out there earlier, if you're going to head out there this evening, the nice conditions have been sticking with us throughout this weekend. Taking a current look towards downtown Madison, it's 73. The humidity is low. The winds are light and out of the north, and it's sunny for the most part across all of southern Wisconsin. We're all pretty much hanging out in either the upper 60s, if not the low to mid 70s. And the nice conditions continue into your Labor Day. We are not done with the pleasant conditions from start to finish on your Labor Day. Plenty of sunshine, 50s waking up, low 70s to end your Labor Day. Sunday night, open up those windows. We're dipping into the mid 40s up in Camp Douglas, Baraboo, Watoma, even Lone Rock coming in at 47 tonight. It is going to be a pleasant evening, but rain is on the way. However, there have been some changes made to how much rain we could see and kind of the setup of the jet stream. We'll talk about that here in just a few minutes.
Blaze, thank you. A woman was found dead following a structure fire late last night. The Marquette County Sheriff's Office say the county's dispatch center was contacted about a fire in the town of Harris around 6 p.m. The fire started in a garage and then traveled to the house. Medical examiners found one person dead. They were identified as Rebecca Louise Otto of Montello, Wisconsin. The fire is currently under investigation. Now, for over a decade, Paoli Art in the Park has been bringing handmade visual art to Dane County. From glass to wood to jewelry, the two-day-long weekend's fair features a variety of medium from local and regional artists. Multiple vendors say their favorite part of the event was the size.
Art fair on the square from time to time, and it's a massive venue. And this has about 70-some artists, so 76 or 75 artists, which is really a nice size art fair.
It's great to come to a small, more rural Wisconsin. We get to see a very beautiful pastoral Wisconsin, and then we get to be around great people and art. I love it.
The event is put on by the Southern Wisconsin Art Guild, which aims to support visual arts and provide opportunities for local creators. Former President Donald Trump returns to Wisconsin next weekend. This upcoming Saturday will be his second visit to the Badger State since accepting the Republican presidential nomination at the RNC in Milwaukee. He was previously in La Crosse last week for a town hall. His next Wisconsin stop will be a rally in Mosinee at 1 p.m., focusing on inflation and home ownership. And so to come on News 3 Now at 5:30, tensions are high in Israel as 6 bodies of Israeli hostages have been found. And coming up tonight on News 3 Now at 10, Consumer Reports gives you the scoop on how to choose the healthiest and tastiest yogurt.
We know the fentanyl coming from Mexico and China is a threat here in Wisconsin.
It's why Tammy Baldwin is working to stop it.
And Tammy passed the bipartisan Fend Off Fentanyl Act.
It takes on the Mexican cartels and the fentanyl coming from China.
And Tammy Baldwin voted 32 times to strengthen our border.
32 times to increase border patrols.
And technology to keep illegal drugs out. Because Senator Baldwin knows
keeping us safe is her first priority.
Tell Tammy Baldwin to keep securing our borders.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Higher. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll do it with new ideas to make middle-class life more affordable. New caps on the price of medicine, new investments in clean energy to bring down costs for families. And while Trump will cut taxes for the super rich, she'll cut taxes for the rest of us. A stronger middle class, a future we can afford. Climate Power Action and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this app.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5:30, moving forward.
Thank you for staying with us. Frustration and anger is boiling over in Israel after the bodies of 6 hostages held by Hamas in Gaza were recovered overnight. This development comes as delicate ceasefire talks are ongoing. As CBS's Christian Benavides reports, one of the hostages is an Israeli-American.
23-year-old Israeli-American Hirsch Goldberg Poland was captured by Hamas at a music festival on October 7th. His parents worked tirelessly to keep the Israeli hostage crisis and their son on the global stage. Even addressing last month's Democratic National Convention.
Hirsch, if you can hear us, we love you. Stay strong.
The Israeli military says Goldberg Poland's body was recovered from an underground tunnel in Rafah alongside 5 other hostages. Preliminary findings suggest all had been shot in the head. Carmel Gott, Eden Yerushalmi, Alexander Lobanov, Almog Saruzi, and Master Sergeant Ori Danino. Their bodies were recovered by Israeli troops who were searching for them on a rescue mission. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reacted, saying whoever murders hostages does not want a deal.
All they care about is the politics, and they didn't approve to do a deal with Hamas, and so our loved ones are still there.
This latest development has led thousands in Israel to take to the streets, fed up with Netanyahu's handling of the crisis. On Sunday, the White House said both President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke to Goldberg Poland's parents. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
I'm Vice President of the National Border Patrol Council. America needs a commander-in-chief who's tough on illegal immigration. Kamala Harris fails that test.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct. That is correct.
Kamala was Biden's border czar. She supported sanctuary cities and taxpayer benefits for illegal immigrants. And she created the worst border crisis in American history. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Let's get a look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze.
And we are expecting quiet conditions pretty much through the rest of your holiday weekend through about Wednesday of next week. That's when southerly winds bring back the 80s. And then starting Thursday, that's when we could start to see the return of showers and maybe a few thunderstorms. For your Labor Day Monday, plenty of sunshine to go around. Low to mid 70s, maybe a little bit more cloud cover farther north, but still very sunny. If you're going to be out on the water, winds are going to be light, mainly out of the east. And again, if it's going to be whether it's in the morning, the afternoon, or the evening, 60s to 70s, it is going to be a gorgeous Labor Day here across southern Wisconsin. We really lucked out in the timing of this high pressure system to give us these quiet conditions for the holiday weekend. On the backside of it, we are tracking some rain chances, but there's been some changes, a lot less blue on the map compared to even yesterday. That's because our models want to take that cutoff low pressure system that we were talking about and actually move it further north into parts of Canada, specifically near the Hudson Bay. Watch as our rain chances here Thursday move on through with that cutoff low pressure system, but because it's further to the north, two things happen. We warm up sooner, we don't stay as cool throughout the weekend. It also takes with it those rain chances. We were eyeing maybe some rain through at least the weekend, but those seem to taper off their chances for rain as we go into your upcoming weekend. So over the next 7 days, we'll add back those chances for rain slowly, but it does look like our best chance for rain is going to be Thursday into Friday. We'll still be slightly cooler by next Saturday and Sunday, but we're back into those upper 70s, if not the low 80s, by that following Monday. So with that cutoff low moving north, is going to take with it that little taste of fall there with it and return us back into more summer-like temperatures by that following week. Stay with News 3 now. We'll be right back.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Phones were made to help us connect, yet somehow they've made us less connected. Which is ironic. Don't you think? We try to put our phones down, but we need to pick them up to see the menu. We can't watch something without also watching something else. Ironic. Ironic. But look, here's a phone company who wants you to use your phone less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way. Let's find us again with Us Mode. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Traffic jam.
Ugh, and I'm already late.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
EDF Action Votes and FF PAC are responsible for the content of this advertisement.
The college volleyball world has converged on Milwaukee, of all places, and the Badgers are right in the thick of it. The State Farm College Volleyball Showcase kicked off with a top 3 matchup and a rematch of last year's national semifinal game. Number 1 Texas against number 3 Wisconsin. It's basically a home game for the Badgers at Fiserv, and they needed it because this one felt as high stakes as it gets. First set, and the Badgers meeting the Longhorns at every single turn. A diving save from Paige Damrow, setting up the National Player of the Year, Sarah Franklin, who comes through. But later, the tides turned, set point for Texas, and they showed why they are reigning back-to-back national champions. Set 1 goes to the Longhorns. But back came the Badgers, second set, and check this out. Anna Smrek, the 6'9" senior, using every inch to get to that ball and make sure that it finds the ground. Wisconsin would go on to take the second set 25-23, but Texas would take the third set. And then in the fourth, with the Badgers on their heels, the Horns stuck their heel into the ground, winning it in 4 sets and providing the best test that you can get to start the season for Wisconsin volleyball.
We've got work to do if we want to be in a situation where we are competing for championships. Right now, there's a what are we going to be when we get pushed? And tonight they were ready to, they upped their game, and we didn't have a response for it.
Just learning that we got to be tougher mentally, and we got to show up ready. Those last 2 sets, Kelly talked to us in the locker room that we lost that between our ears, in our mind and mentally. We just got to get tougher, and there's no words we can say to get us there. We just got to do.
Top-ranked Texas takes this round, and as for how it will help Wisconsin going forward in the season, Kelly Sheffield said, "I'm not sure yet, but they'll be right back at it tomorrow, playing number 5 Stanford right here at Fiserv Forum." For now, in Milwaukee, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Sports.
I was robbed. They tried to run me over with a getaway car. He almost killed me right over here. He was laughing as he fractured my skull.
Amanda's attacker was an illegal immigrant drug dealer arrested twice before, but released by San Francisco DA Kamala Harris.
If Kamala Harris hadn't let him out, this never would have happened to me.
Kamala put violent illegals, convicted felons, back on the streets.
Kamala just doesn't care about protecting people like me.
Make America Great Again Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
We would never hit 12 drunk.
Clutch it up. Drunk? Not a chance. Do a stoppie? Drunk?
We would never drip drunk. So you should never drive drunk. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Donald Trump's back, and he's out for control.
I would have every right to go after them.
Complete control.
I will wield that power very aggressively.
And he has a plan to get it.
Detailed plans for exactly what our movement will do.
It's called Project 2025, a 922-page blueprint to make Donald Trump the most powerful president ever. Overhauling the Department of Justice, giving Trump the unchecked power to seek vengeance, eliminating the Department of Education, and defunding K-12 schools, requiring the government to monitor women's pregnancies, and severe cuts to Medicare and Social Security. Donald Trump may try to deny it, but those are Donald Trump's plans.
Well, revenge does take time, I will say that. And sometimes revenge can be justified.
He'll take control, we'll pay the price.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
This is a slightly different clothes, not having Andrew sitting right here. It feels like such a void, but he's out in Milwaukee, covering women's volleyball, so it just feels weird, but it's okay.
I was going to say, is it tough for you to not continue to talk about sports?
No, it's not too tough. I think I do a decent job at work.
Yeah. No, we do miss him, but thankfully he'll be back at 10.
Yeah.
So he's not gone for too long. Hey, we're expecting quiet conditions through the rest of your Sunday into your Labor Day as well. Maybe some morning fog on your morning hours on Labor Day, but it is going to be an absolutely gorgeous, not only Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Rain chances begin to pick up as we go into Thursday, cooler by next weekend.
Yeah, that looks absolutely beautiful. Thank you, Blaze, and thank you all.